Beth sat in her car, calmly thinking back on the boy's words. Then involuntarily, she walked into the boy's house. Once inside, she saw an old man asleep in his study. She quietly approached, but suddenly the old man's eyes opened and he kept kicking for air. Beth was startled, but went forward to feed the old man his medicine. Beth found an ancient book on the desk and curiously asked what it was, but the old man looked at her very arrogantly. With that, the old man stuck his finger into Bess's. Bess got angry and scolded the old man, but then the old man took out a tool and took the opportunity to cut Bess's palm. Then the bloody tool was placed on top of the ancient book, and the blood seeped into the pages and slowly disappeared. One night, Bess ran to the boy's house in a panic. Opening the door, she was surprised to see the old man lying on the floor. She rushed over and prepared to call emergency services. As a result, the boy burst in and threw his cell phone out the window. The old man suddenly woke up and viciously choked the boy, mouthing strange incantations. Instantly the boy keeps convulsing and in a short while, quiets down. The boy suddenly becomes... Beth watched fondly as the boy stepped closer, then hugged her tightly, but when she looked down, suddenly the boy turned into an old man and stared hard at her. Bess's eyes widened in shock, and then she was pushed down the stairs. Bess floated in the air in terror while the old man watched it all from the window with a bad smile. Luckily, before she crashes to the ground, Bess suddenly wakes up. She breathes loudly and then rushes up to calm her emotions. This is the moment when Bess finally comes to her senses and stops obsessing over the boy. When she got home, Bess stroked herself when suddenly the phone rang and she shuddered, helplessly picking it up, and all that came from the other end of the line was a muffled curse. After squeezing her soul out of her body once again and taking over her body, the demon surveyed the flesh with satisfaction, while the real Bess had taken up residence in the boy's body and was being held captive in the basement. That's when Bess finally realized that the demon was real. She looked around, there was no exit and it reeked. Luckily, she had a cell phone at hand, so she hurriedly grabbed it and asked her best friend for help. Bess stood in front of the window, intending to end her life to get rid of the demon once and for all, but that's when the demon came to her door. He told Bess that if he could actually kill the demon, then Bess's soul would be saved. So Bess deliberately talks to the demon, quietly hypnotizes the demon, and then grabs him and pushes him down the stairs. The demon looks on in horror and says goodbye in despair. Bess tells her best friend that the demon is immortal, and she wants her best friend to go to the hospital to destroy the demon once and for all. Inside the hospital, the otherwise dead demon opens his eyes, slowly recites a spell, and switches bodies with Bess for the third time. On the other hand, Bess, who has already been possessed by the demon, suddenly becomes a flirt. When BFF arrived at the hospital, Bess was writhing and climbing on the floor and kept saying that she was the one who was Bess. Seeing Bess in such pain, BFF rushes to the hospital room and viciously tells the demon that she will definitely avenge Bess. Suddenly the demon pounced on BFF, grabbed her by the neck, recited a spell, and ripped out BFF's soul deeply, taking over her physical body. In the end, BFF was permanently confined to a hospital room while the demon continued to wreak havoc on the world.